Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I'm here to do the Cancer horoscope for November. It's another really big month in the heavens this month, but there is some good news because Mercury has been retrograde and it's going direct on the 4th, and Mars has been retrograde since September and it's going direct on the 14th of this month. Also, there is a full moon lunar eclipse in your 12th house of the subconscious, or the goddess, as I like to call it. And so that has really important implications for you, Caring Cancerians, over the next few months. If you're new, I'll just briefly explain what I do. I do my horoscopes a little bit differently because I like to use tarot cards initially. I'll draw two key themes using tarot cards. I like to have a little psychic vision before I actually turn the cards over. Then we'll have a look at your horoscope in depth. And stick around till the end because I do a bit of a psychic channeling at the end. I never know what's going to come out, what I'm going to say. It's always news to me. Alrighty, if you're new, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, so let's go to the board to see what these cards actually have to say. Okay, so two key themes for the month. And I'll pick the first one. I usually think of it as being the first half of the month, but you know, Spirit has its own timeline, which is not the same as us humans, but that's okay. So I'm going to go with that card there that's trying to hide underneath, because I like to know what's going on underneath. So closing my eyes now, I get the sense of snow. So this could mean two things. Firstly, it could be very relevant to people that are in a colder sort of environment. So in the northern hemisphere, perhaps up the top of, for example, the US, so up the top states where there could be some snow. But it also means metaphorically, snow is like being isolated. It's like you feel like you're on your own. Perhaps you feel like you can't rely on anybody at the moment, and it's just up to the Eight of Pentacles, and it's about your finances. And it could be that you're working alone on a project, or you have your own sort of plan for making money. And it's likely to come about an increase in income through your own endeavours, the labour, the creativity, the thoughtfulness you put into creating something. So money is coming to you through your own actions and the work that you put in. There's also a spiritual sort of vibe for this, although this is really about the physical world and your housing, your finances, things like that. There is a spiritual vibe. It's like creating something is like using your God-given gifts, and you should be rewarded for that. And whether that be you know, doing psychic readings or astrology or something in the metaphysical arts, or even music or art, okay, you put energy and effort into something, you should be rewarded for that. Okay, so this is a fantastic card for work and expressing creativity through work. All right, and it may be that you do that on your own. Okay, let's have a look at the second card, which will be a key theme for the month, and see what we come out with. I'm going to go with that one. Closing my eyes now, I get the color red. That's all about two things. It could be about vitality, being alert. Maybe you're exercising more and your blood is racing around your body or something like that. The other thing it could be is anger. Do be careful of frustration. And it's probably been a fairly frustrating time recently with Mars retrograde, but remember that planet does go direct on the 14th, so you might feel that your life is moving forward more after that date. The card that comes up is the Queen of Wands. This is another fantastic card because it's about feeling very inspired, okay? So this is the divine feminine energy coming into your life to inspire and motivate you to achieve. You'll see these sunflowers at the top. They give insight and also awareness on a situation, but there's some happiness about that. She takes action. So although it is about motivation and inspiration, she actually does something about it. She has her feet, both feet on the ground. She's practical, okay? But see here, she has a Bengal cat here at the bottom of her feet. And it could be that she's in touch with nature, or that she's particularly in touch with her own intuition, okay, which is fabulous. And it's just a fantastic card overall. She's seated on a wooden throne because of that practicality. She expresses herself. See here, she's got gold around her solar plexus, so this is self-confidence, self-esteem, being very self-assured, and she knows this thing is in her and she's on the right path as she expresses it. Okay, so that's a fantastic card for you, and so you're likely to be feeling very motivated this month and actually go ahead and really achieve in some areas of your life. Okay, so let's have a look at your horoscope now, and I'll just move this up so that you can see it a bit better. Okay, so all right, 19th of October to the 19th of November, Sun is in your 5th house here. You could be feeling very energized and creatively inspired. Okay, that's what these cards were about, remember? And you want to express these energies in your life. So you can express these energies by being playful and warm. And it's also a great time for romance, leisure and pleasure. 25th of October to the 19th of November, Venus in your 4th house here, okay, home and family. Venus brings a lovely sort of smooth flowing energy. You could be the peacemaker at home, or make your home more beautiful by redecorating or doing some landscaping. Your family is very important to you now, and old issues can be resolved. You might also have memories from the past or be feeling very nostalgic. Peace and love and harmony flow through your home now. It's a great time to entertain close friends or family members. 29th of October to the 8th of November, Mercury in your 4th house as well, okay, home and family, communications, okay, and again, more memories coming up from the past. You could be communicating with family more than usual now, and especially after the 4th of November when Mercury turns direct, you might get some new information about something that happened in the past as well. 30th of October to the 7th of November, Mercury squares Saturn. You might be a little bit pessimistic or down just at the moment, and you also see the foolishness of other people's plans. Do be cautious of misunderstandings, especially with Mercury retrograde up until the 4th. Keep your thoughts, especially the provocative ones, to yourself at the moment. 27th of October to the 1st of December, Mars conjuncts Mars. You want to make a fresh start. You want to be more independent and strike out on your own. Your physical energy and willpower are intensified, so it's a great time to channel your abundant energy into worthwhile action. Remember when I said I saw the flash of red? We had red in that card there, which is the 8 of Pentacles, about making money, but also with this energy of Mars, that's that sort of physical energy and your blood coursing around your body. 30th of October to the 7th of November, Mercury conjuncts Mercury, so you're likely to be feeling mentally very sharp and alert. You could be feeling very clear on ideas that you've been thinking about. Do be careful up to the 4th to avoid misunderstandings, and then Mercury turns direct. It's a great time for study, making plans and strategies at the moment. 7th of November to the 30th of November, Mercury moves into your 5th house here. This house here is all about your creativity. It's very close to the world of the child, so it's a great time for entertainments and amusements. And you could make headway in your communications and plans with other people at this time. You could also be feeling very inspired and creative, and it's a great time for romance. Communications could be going very well in that regard. Okay, so 5th of November to the 17th of November, Jupiter conjuncts Pluto. You could have a very strong need for personal recognition and also success. You have deep needs to advance your life through personal freedom and independence. You strive for prosperity and well-being. There could be some power struggles because other people might try and stop you. And on that point, you need to consider that if you're dealing with other people, they're used to you being a certain way, and then if you change things and you become more assertive, for example, like you want to get ahead, they mightn't like it because they've got to adapt to the changes, and that requires energy and effort, and a lot of people just don't want to put that effort into, dealing with new circumstances. But if you push ahead, nevertheless, success is likely to come. Surge forward and improve your life. This is the time for it. 14th of November, you have the new moon in your 5th house here. Brings new beginnings in your creativity and also romance. So, if you're looking for a romance, this is a great time to meet somebody new. 19th of November to the 14th of December, Venus in your 5th house as well. And this really strengthens the romantic energy. You could be feeling very inspired creatively and romantically. You can express your loving feelings openly now. You enjoy cultural events like art installations and also music, concerts and things like that. 18th of November to the 19th of December, Sun then moves into your 6th house here. 6th house is about your everyday habits, your everyday work, your health and your well-being. And with the Sun there, you're likely to be doing your best work now. Examine how you use your time and energy because you can become more productive at this moment. Health and well-being can also be improved, and especially with a self-improvement 22. So that's almost 2 years. Saturn moves here in your house of partnership where it's been. It moves into the house of shared resources. Okay, you could be feeling greater responsibility around business, joint finances, and it could feel like a bit of a burden at first. It could be something like looking after an older relative or dealing with wills or estates or something connected with death. It's not a good time to take unnecessary risks. It's a time to play it straight and be very cautious because Saturn doesn't like risks. Saturn likes everything to be solid and structured. Okay, so play by the rules. It's a great time to make yourself secure. Don't take on any more debt. You could be concerned with death in some way, and you may be thinking about your own or somebody else's mortality. Okay, so do also know that whatever you achieve under Saturn, if you're working patiently towards a goal and you're not cutting any corners, Saturn will look after you eventually. Okay, the rewards will be there. It just takes time and diligence. Okay, so 29th of November to the 19th of December, Mercury in your 6th house here. Okay, again about your work, your health, your well-being. You could be thinking, reading and learning about how to improve these things. You could also learn a new skill now and have discussions at work which are likely to go very well, especially with people in authority. 25th of November to the 5th of December, Jupiter squares Mercury. You're planning big things for your future. You could be feeling very inspired and excited about going to greener pastures. You're full of optimism and enthusiasm for a new idea, and as you pursue this grand vision, do your homework first and try not to be confident. Spread your wings and fly, but keep both feet on the ground by paying attention to detail. Okay, so but what I mean by that, because it sounds contradictory initially, you want to spread your wings and fly in your thoughts and in your feelings, but you still need to be practical and, look after all of the details. Don't take shortcuts, for example. Research properly, and, you could have the foundations for some really important, successful events coming up in your life. 26th of November to the 6th of December, Jupiter conjunct Saturn. This is time to make an important decision. A change in your life and or career is sorely needed. Where the difficulty comes in is you have to decide what to hold on to and what to let go of. And only you can decide. You are sort of like a snake shedding your skin, and you're doing that because you're growing. And, sometimes that is an uncomfortable feeling as you form a new skin and, you have to grow into it. 30th of November, you have a full moon lunar eclipse in your 12th house here, the house of the goddess, the house of the subconscious. This is sort of like an unknowable place. We can skirt around the edges, give a few words or adjectives about what goes on there. But it's something you need to experience. It's very hard to put sort of concepts and, ideas and thoughts around it because it's different for different people. But this does herald in major changes in your subconscious because you are letting go of the past. So pretty soon it's going to happen that these major changes are going to make their way into your conscious mind. So they'll sort of be like all this stuff. You might be aware that there's all this stuff going on deep down within, and it will take some time to come into your conscious mind and then for you to actually work out what it means and what you've had to let go of. You might have to let go of some ideas and belief systems, things that you thought were true, you might find are not true the way you thought they were. Okay, so that's your horoscope, and now I'm going to close my eyes for you Caring Cancerians and see what I can see for November 2020. I get the colour lilac in my face, and there's sort of a little bit of tinge of sadness, and I see some tissues here, somebody crying. It's like, some jobs and some relationships are going to finish up. The other side of that is that deep down, I feel like those ones that finish, you'll be saying, I knew that wasn't going to work out. Those things weren't going to work out, and I knew it wasn't good for me, but yet I tried to persevere. And it's like Spirit's now closing the door. I see a door, old grey door just here behind me, and it's like Spirit's closing the door to those things. If you don't do it, some situation will come about so that, you sort of feel like you have to, let go of some stuff in your life. It's like sometimes our lives just get too full of stuff. And one way to do that is to actually have a clean out your closet and what you don't need at home. There's probably other people that need those things more than you. Okay, what else do I see here? I see something going around and around. First it looked like a galaxy, so something out in spirit going around and around. But here on Earth it looks more like a hurricane going around. So there could be an actual hurricane or a cyclone, but that's less likely than the metaphysical meaning or the metaphorical meaning of your thoughts racing around in circles, turning. So it's like there's a lot going on in your mind. So it's hard to decide what to let go of and what to keep, but for certain there are things that need to go in your life. I'm on a tropical island, and I'm seeing like tropical fruits, pawpaw, mango, those sorts of things. Maybe you're thinking about a vacation or something like that where you go away and just get away for a few days so you can clear your head and make up your mind what you want to do about some circumstances. bananas, passion fruit. I'm seeing all these tropical things laid out. It's a bit like going to Tahiti or perhaps Fiji if you're in Australia. People in Australia don't go to Tahiti very much. I don't know. I guess it's a long way away. We tend to go to Fiji a fair bit, or perhaps Bali or Southern Asia, because that's where, you know, there's a lot of tropical and subtropical fruits. Okay, something about the fruits. These are the fruits of your labours, the fruits of your endeavours. There's almost like a karmic sort of element here. What you've done in the past, now it's going to come back to you in some way. If you've worked hard, you're going to reap what you sow, in terms of, you know, you'll get another job, or your income will be improved, or something like that. But if you've sort of sat back and haven't done too much, and, you know, had a bit of a pity party, poor me, then you'll probably get more of the same. And even if that's the case, it's not too late to change. You can still start today and change your thoughts and be more hopeful and positive. A really good thing is to have a look in your life and try and find the silver lining. I know it's not easy when you start, but once you start practicing, you'll see everything that goes wrong. You'll see clearly what the reason is. Once you start looking for that silver lining, you can say, well, for example, if a relationship didn't work out, you just met someone, but it didn't work out, you'll realise perhaps you dodged a bullet, that, you know, the person wasn't who they were pretending to be, and so on, you know. So start to find the silver lining in everything. Believe me, it is there. Okay, and you can work towards this. Showing me a sword now, that's for making decisions, cutting back, and really letting go of things in the past. There's a knight here with a sword, Knight of Swords. And often Knight of Swords is someone who is very brutal in their thinking when it comes to cutting back. If you need to let go of something, you can't do it, call on the Knight of Swords energy, and he will help you make up your mind and stick to it. Okay. Alrighty, so anything else for care in the middle? It's like peridot. That's what it looks like, a peridot ring. And that's just indicating growth and also abundance coming to you. If anything, you know, I always say it's great to express your emotions and really let out what you're feeling. And as well as doing that, sometimes we need to think logically as well. And that's where the Knight of Swords energy comes in for you, Caring Cancerians. Call on that. That will help you get some balance in your life. Okay, so that's it for this month. I hope you found that useful. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you're new, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. But most importantly, I want to wish you a very insightful and fabulous month, Caring Cancerians, and I shall see you all again soon. Thanks a lot, and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.